Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today, I'm super excited, okay? Super excited. I've partnered up with Sephora in order to bring you my top picks for the Sephora Holiday Savings Event that is taking place from October 28th through November 7th. Now, this is specifically for Sephora Beauty Insider members. You don't have to pay anything in order to become a member. You just simply sign up and you start earning points as soon as you start shopping at Sephora. As a Sephora Beauty member, you get access to so many different perks. You get exclusive discounts, exclusive events. You also get free standard shipping without having to spend a minimum dollar amount. You get a birthday gift every time your birthday comes rolling around. You can exchange points for cash off of your purchases. The list goes on and on. Now, there are 3 different tiers within Sephora's Beauty Insider program. You have an Insider tier, a VIB tier, and a Rouge tier. Depending on how much you've spent throughout the year, you'll qualify for one of the 3, and your tier will determine how much of a discount you get during this holiday savings event. Rouge members get to start saving early as their 20% off discount starts October 28th and it runs through November 7th. VIB members get to start saving 15% on November 1st and it runs through November 7th. And Insider members get to start saving 10% on October 3rd and it runs through the 7th. However, all Beauty Insider members get to start saving 30% off of the Sephora collection on October 28th, and that runs through November 7th. So now let's get into my top recommendations. These are products that are literally holy grails for me and that I have reached for ever since purchasing. I've reached for over and over and over and over again. Things that I feel are really worth your money. So we're gonna start off with eyes. The first one up for me is this eyeshadow palette from Patrick Ta. This is his Major Dimension eyeshadow palette, the first one. There are 2. The second one is more rose gold, which I also love. The formulas in that are amazing, but this is the one that I truly feel I get the most out of because it is such a nice everyday warm tone palette. It has a really good amount of shimmers as well as a really good amount of mattes. You have everything that you need as far as transition, as far as a base. They come with 2 different cream eyeshadows which work perfectly as a base for any look. Whether you're using this palette or not, these 2 cream eyeshadows are a must for me because they make blending everything so much easier. And they themselves blend out so well. You can literally just pop one of these on the lid, blend it out a little bit, maybe set it with a little bit of powder or set it with a nice warm tone matte shade, and you're good to go all day long. Or you can apply a nice shimmer over top. It'll last you all day. This is what I have going on along the lids. It's this particular palette as well as the one that I'm about to talk about. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's definitely worth the splurge. Another palette that is my go-to is this one from Natasha Denona, the Glam Face Palette. I have the light one and I also have the dark one. The light one is the one that I just reach for the most because it is light and it is perfect for an everyday. I combine this particular palette with my Patrick Ta palette all of the time, and it has everything that you could possibly need. It has your matte shades for like a nice transition. If you're going for something very subtle, very everyday, it has it. If you want to pop a really nice shimmer onto the lid, it has those. These 2 are the ones that I'm wearing here along the inner corner or along the inner half of the mobile lid area. Absolutely love this palette. It's easy to blend, it's easy to work with, and you have everything that you're going to need right here. A lot of the time, I know for me personally, I get a little overwhelmed by all the options as far as like blush or eyeshadow shades, like what to combine with what. It does it for you. It has a blush shade that goes with your eye shades down here, and it also has a highlighter shade that goes with the entire palette. So this is one that you can just take with you, travel with, and you have everything that you need all in one little package, and you have a beautiful, like, huge mirror to go along with it. Definitely a must in my collection. Now, speaking of eyes, this is an eyeshadow primer that I have been grabbing non-stop. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Anti-Aging. It's not the original, although I do still have the original, and I do really like it. This one is a lot less of a primer. It feels more like skincare, but it's still a primer. So it's not going to really dry out the lids. It's not going to create like a very tacky texture on the lids. I know that some primers can do that and they tend to do that. This one, like I said, it acts more like an eye cream in my opinion. The way that it goes on, the way that it blends out, how it feels along the lid once it's set and ready to go. It's definitely a must underneath all of my eye looks. For mascaras, first one up is by Patrick Ta. This is his Major Volume Mascara. It gives such beautiful volume to the lashes and it really creates that nice wispy effect. I usually just apply 2 coats and I'm good to go. This is what I have on the eyes right now. As you can see, I do not need any false lashes. The applicator is nice and fluffy. It always leaves me with wispy looking lashes and it doesn't flake. Next product, this Danessa Myricks Beauty Yummy Skin Glow Serum. This stuff smells amazing and it makes your skin look even better. I love wearing it on its own. I love wearing it under foundation, especially if I'm going to be using like a matte foundation or if I just want my skin to look a little bit more radiant, a little bit more hydrated. This is like magic, okay? As soon as you apply it onto the face, it looks and feels so nice and hydrated, so plump. It makes your face look like you just got a facial. Like that's what it reminds me of. And it wears so beautifully under foundation, regardless of which one I'm using. Today, I have it underneath my Beautiful Skin Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, which I also really love. This is by far my, like the best everyday foundation for me. I love the fact that I can customize the coverage. It doesn't have to be extremely full, although it can. It doesn't have to be extremely sheer, although it can. It can be medium. Honestly, this one is so versatile and it looks beautiful. It makes the skin look nice and even, but everything still looks and feels like skin. These two together, I really love. Now, color corrector. You guys know how I feel about color correctors and how I feel about concealers. Sephora has 2 of my holy grails when it comes to this category. For color corrector, I'm talking about the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I have it in the shade medium. It looks like this. Such a beautiful shade to neutralize with. It not only neutralizes the under eye area, but it also helps to brighten, which means that I don't have to use as much concealer on top and just less is always more underneath the eyes. You guys know that. I always say that. Less is more when it comes to the under eye area. And my holy grail concealer that I just had to include in today's video is this one from Huda Beauty. This is her Faux Filter Concealer. I absolutely love this concealer. It has a luminous matte finish, which means that even though it is a matte formula, it's not going to look matte. It's not going to look excessively dry. It is a very flexible formula. Less is more. It's categorized under medium coverage, although personally, I feel like it's more full. And whenever I pair these two together, these match made in heaven. Absolutely love the way that they sit on top of one another. This is what I'm wearing underneath the eyes. I feel like it does a really good job of concealing, brightening, and just looking nice all day long. I love this pair. I will not go without it. Now, before we move on, I have to mention these 2 brushes from the Sephora collection. This one is the number 70. It is the Pro Foundation brush, which looks like this. It's a dome, essentially. It's a very dense dome, super soft along the top, and I love the way that it applies foundation. It looks airbrushed. There aren't any stamps left behind or any brush strokes. I also love the shape and how dense it is because I can use it all over the face. So not only will I add foundation onto the face with this particular brush, but then you just tilt it on its side. Now you can use this to contour, and then you bring it back up. You can use it to blend out your bronzer. And if you turn it like this, then you can also apply a blush. I just love the fact that it's a multitasking brush. Another one that I had to mention because it is such a good brush is this one from Sephora. This is the Pro Concealer number 71 brush. It fits perfectly right underneath the eyes for blending out your concealer. It's super soft, it's pretty dense, so you're not gonna have to worry about a lot of product getting absorbed and trapped in the brush. You're just spreading your product around and blending it out at the same time. I really love these 2 brushes. Now for bronzer and contouring, this is the only one you're gonna need, okay? This is the Patrick Ta Face Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer. I have mine in the shade She Sculpted. I absolutely love this combination. The cream is to contour with, the powder is to bronze with, and I love contouring with the cream contour shade. It's such a perfect shade, and it blends out like a dream. The formula, I don't know how he does it, but the formula is perfection when it comes to blending on the skin. It blends out smoothly, seamlessly. You don't get any kind of streaking. It does not disrupt anything that was placed underneath. For me, that would be like my primers or my foundation. It does not do anything like that. It sits really well on top of the skin, even after you've applied foundation, and it blends out so easily. And then I just grab a little bit of the bronzing shade and I add more warmth onto the face. It definitely completes my looks. I've been using it for a really long time. As you can see, it gets a lot of love. You can no longer see the T or the P that was here along the bottom. I love it, and I really, really highly recommend it. It is worth every penny. Now for the lips, this Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream from Makeup by Mario is perfection. It really is. I absolutely love this cream. I have 4 different shades, and I'm going to go top to bottom so that you can see what each one looks like. First one is Pinky Brown. The second one is Nude Suede. Third is Muted Mauve. And last is Miss Mauve. I love every single one, but I definitely grab the Pinky Brown and the Nude Suede the most. These are so comfortable. They're like a matte lipstick, but they don't feel excessively dry on the lips. They feel nice and moisturizing. Because it is a lip cream, it's not gonna make your lips feel chapped or cracked or dry. It is a very comfortable matte formula. I'm obsessed with it, which is why I have 4. And during this savings event, I might just get the rest. It's such a good formula. Now to set my face and to sometimes add a little bit of coverage underneath the eyes, I will reach for my Airbrush Flawless Finish Perfecting Micro Powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I have the shade 2, which looks like this. This is a really nice finishing powder. It delivers a beautiful smooth finish that I can take with me on the go in case I am starting to notice that I'm looking a little bit oily. It's a little compact that comes with the mirror. I just simply toss it in my purse and I can touch up throughout the day, especially here along the T-zone and here along the sides of my nose. I tend to get a little bit oily. So I'll grab this as a finishing powder, or I'll grab it in order to touch up throughout the day. It works perfectly. It's nice and slim, and it's really good. Now, the last thing on my list that I feel is definitely worth the splurge during the Sephora holiday savings event is the Tatcha the Dewy Skin Cream. This stuff is like magic, okay? Especially if you have normal to dry skin, which right now I am dealing with that. I'm more dry here, just along the mouth right now. But I wanted something that was going to make my skin look great, hydrate without looking slick, hydrate without feeling heavy or without looking like too much. And this has definitely done it for me. I sometimes will skip out on primer and just go right into makeup after my skincare, which now includes this. It makes everything look nice, radiant, hydrated, and healthy, which is like win, 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 win all around. If you're looking to splurge and you have dryness, try this out. So that is my list of recommendations for the Sephora holiday savings event. Make sure that you use the code SAVINGS so that you can get either 20% off, 15% off, or 10% off, depending on your tier. And remember, 30% off the Sephora collection. If you're not yet a Beauty Insider member, make sure that you join. It's free and you won't miss out on this holiday savings event. Thanks again to Sephora for partnering with me on this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's video of recommendations and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos, and also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.